Welcome to Applied Technology Podcast. Talking technology, you're talking applied. Hey there, we're excited again for another podcast. We really invite you guys to check out our ATG podcast, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You will find those on our YouTube page. And now we get to do episode 6, which is the topic of installations. With me today, I have Ray and Jerald. They'll go ahead and present themselves and then tell us a little bit of what they do in the company. So, Ray, why don't we go ahead and start with you?
Well, my name is Ray Moraine. I've been with the company, be my 24th year now.
Wow.
And basically, my official title is Service Coordinator.
Okay.
What that entails is scheduling installations for two-way radios in the field and in our shop. Also, I'm in charge of the parts department. I make sure we have a good supply of the most common items we need for installations and field work.
I think nowadays reliability is something, and like trust is really important. And to know that somebody's been in the biz for like 24 years, that makes customers feel like more comfortable knowing that you'll definitely know what's going on.
I think of them as friends and people to get to know. And so we have relationships I've built up with certain people. So they'll say, hey, Ray,
That's
I
really
need this
cool.
radio installed. You know what to do, get it done. And I get it scheduled and I remember and get it,
That's so
make them
awesome.
happy.
Yeah, that's really awesome. That's what makes you awesome, Ray. And we also have Jerald.
My name is Jerald Skyberg. I've been here for 11 years. I am the shop manager. I take care of all the jobs, of the equipment that they need, do job walks. I also do the vehicle maintenance, the site maintenance. I do a lot of, I help the sales team a bunch with a lot of their tasks on finding product. I even help Ray out at times when he needs parts ran or
Yeah.
Yes, he
getting
does.
everything.
He's a great support.
You gentlemen have been here for quite some time. I myself have only been here 3 years. It's going to be on 3 years. But what I love also about the company is that no matter how long we've been here, we always help each other out. And that's really beautiful. And I think that our customers are well aware of that as well. Ray, going a little bit more on what you do as far as your organization, the planning, the getting the parts ready. Would you like to maybe talk a little bit more about that?
A lot of the installs I do are the same, but sometimes they're different. I just got to make sure I allocate the right antenna for the right radio because there's 3 different radio systems.
Okay.
So I had to make sure I get the right components and the right correct radio for whoever we're dealing with. That makes my installer's job much easier to do if he doesn't have to worry about it. You know, he's got all his materials, he's got the vehicle. I get with the customer, hey, where do you want it? A lot of times we do rooftop antennas and sometimes they don't want a hole drilled. So I make sure to emphasize, are you okay with that? If not, there's other options where we can do a window glass mount. Most of the time it's cookie cutter, but sometimes installations are specialized and we do custom. If a radio fit into a dash, we'll do that to make it look like part of the vehicle and not just an addition.
I'm just wondering because there's a lot of things that have been changing as far as even just the way that automobiles are made or just the technology throughout the years. What's the most recent craziest work you've had to do?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but with the new technology, it's become more challenging finding places to tap into, say, ignition, because some guys want their cars, the radios to turn off when their vehicle turns off. Well,
Okay.
sometimes those spots where fuses are hidden, and that becomes a challenge because I've had instances where you think you're tapping into ignition, and actually you tapped into the window going up and down. So
Okay, yeah.
there's been it's gotten more challenging, and then now that everything's hybrid and electric,
Right.
so far we've been able to accommodate that. In addition to radios, we do lighting installations for fire department, and those are more challenging because there's a lot more components to it.
Right. That's what I was going to mention. I know we do things for several departments, right? Like BPD, the fire department. We also do hall ambulances.
Hall ambulance, yeah. For
Right.
many years, we've
Okay.
fully equipped their ambulances with radio and communications equipment. We have a very good relationship with them. They like the radio system. It works really well.
Yeah.
And it's rare that they're down for any amount of time.
Okay, Jerald, going a little bit with you and what you do in the company as well. Can you talk to us a little bit more about the products, installation of security cameras, the cabling, all that good stuff?
Cameras, a lot of times we will go out with the sales first and do a job walk on a house or a business
Mm-hmm.
to see exactly what the customer wants, what they're wanting to look at and achieve, and where they want the cameras, whether we can put a camera there, versus the way the building is built, whether we can get the wire there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then we come up with a plan, order the equipment, come back out, whether they want a PTZ camera where they can move the cameras around and look at different areas, or fixed camera with full color at night so they can see what colors shirt the person is wearing at night
Yeah.
instead of just black and white.
Yeah. I remember you talking to me about these cameras, but there's some places, especially here, like in Kern County, there's like farm areas, and how when you install these cameras, you want to make sure there's certain cameras that can catch movement.
Well, but we also do the thermal cameras, so
Thermal, those are the ones. Yeah.
where you can hide behind a bush and the camera will still see you.
Yeah.
So you really can't get away from the camera unless you're standing behind a brick wall or a
Wow.
really dense object.
Yeah.
We do the internet installs, and we do the
Mm-hmm.
same thing on our internet installs. We'll go survey it, job walk it, make sure
Mm-hmm.
what they want and how we're going to run the wire. We'll take pictures, and that way we can send it out a tech, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll have come back, get all the right equipment from Ray, and when they go out, they're prepared and know how to do the job.
What has been the craziest installation that you remember doing? One of those, I don't know if this could be done, or weird customer kind of request for installing that kind of didn't make sense. Have you had any of those?
Some of the installs have been crawling through attics or under houses, have been pretty tough.
Yeah.
Those are always, we remember those ones because you come out and we're like, how did I get through there?
How did
But-
we do this?
Yeah, you got to look at a certain area. So don't do a lot of look at the neighbors' houses. We won't put cameras there, or businesses. You have to stay away from certain areas that you can't look at.
Yeah.
I know, like in doctors' offices, we can't have cameras that look at the monitors
Mm.
because it covers the HIPAA law.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we just got to make sure to keep the cameras away from
Yeah.
those areas and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and that's really cool, and that's why you're like the best and awesome at this stuff, Jerald. Because I remember even just having a conversation with you about cameras, and you're so like elaborate. You know your cameras inside and out. I remember learning how you were mentioning about like, oh, this is a dome camera, and this is this, and this is a 360 camera. You're very
Yeah.
passionate at your job, and you can tell. And I think that that's really important for customers to know, is that when somebody is so excited to tell you about a product, you best believe that they know their stuff, like, and that's very important nowadays. We don't want somebody who is a little unsure about the product. I'm not sure if this is what you need or not. Like, I think that in ATG, it's very awesome that we have people that are prepared, people that are knowledgeable in their area, and people who just want to help other people. And like Ray has mentioned, and even other people that I've done the podcast have mentioned, they kind of look at customers like a family. Like, let me take care of you like if you were my dad, or, let me take care of you like if you're my daughter or my son or my mom. Like, and it's very, very beautiful to see that.
I always try to tell the guys, like whenever we do an install, we're running the wires. If they have to go across the floorboard or behind the TV or entertainment center, or even like when we put the wires under the fascia board,
Mm-hmm.
I always tell them, if this was your house, how would you want it done? Because if you're not happy with it, the customer's not going to be happy with it.
Yeah, that'll
So-
probably be.
For them to keep in mind that nobody's happy with sloppy work. They're paying for a professional job, and that's what we.
Right.
That's what we pride ourselves on. And then the camera technology in the last few years is incredible.
I know.
Really clear. You get more value for your money when we do it, because we only get the most high quality products to put out. You may spend more for what we do, but you're going to get your money's worth, and we guarantee everything we do.
For sure.
We back it up.
Yeah.
And I'd have to say, before the pandemic, we were dabbling in it somewhat. But then when the pandemic hit and the theft rose, then
Wow.
that part of our business just took off
Yeah.
right and left. We were putting cameras in businesses, houses, pretty much everywhere.
Everywhere, every day.
Yeah.
The cameras have really changed a lot, and they change so fast. Technology, I mean,
They do.
Right.
It's
all
crazy.
technologies.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the new cameras that are out now, they not only do they have full color, but they have strobe lights that flash, and now they also have audio warnings, and so the cameras are talking to you when you see motion, and you're like, "What's going on here?" Somebody,
Who's there?
and
Yeah.
a lot of them have two-way communication where you can log into your phone and start talking to the person that's out there.
Right.
Get out of here,
Yeah.
Well, we even do them for water agencies down south. high-end cameras that they need for their security with everything that's been going on. So
Yeah.
they pay the money for us to go down there
Yeah.
and do it because they trust us.
We do a lot of the farmers lately. There's been a lot of theft on their copper wire
Oh.
that they're coming from their power to their pumps.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they're all putting up cameras to
Yeah.
watch that because I guess to replace the wiring is in the thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And peace of mind when you have a camera there and it gets alert.
Yeah, it even notifies your phone when they can look and
And
react
see.
to it before anything
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. And I just want to say, if like people listening to the podcast right now and you're like, I need to get myself some safety cameras, I totally feel comfortable with these guys explaining about it, I really want to invite you guys. You can call 661-322-8650. Ask for Jerald, ask for Ray, and they'll be more than happy to explain anything you need, like on the phone. Go there. And on that conversation, job walks are very important, right?
Yes.
Extremely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's something that definitely can be done to make sure that the customer gets exactly what they need. Gentlemen, we can talk all day. This is really cool. I'm learning a lot as well. But is there any last things you guys want to add?
Well, we take pride in what we do. We guarantee everything. We make sure you're happy before you leave. And don't hesitate to reach out if you have any issues or problems. We're not going to ignore you like some other companies will brush you off once you're done.
Or you call and it's like, press 1 for this, press 2,
Yeah.
and you never get to talk to a human being.
No, one way or the other, we'll get the situation
Right.
resolved so you're happy because we want you to come back,
Right.
to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We don't want to do a one and done.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten more referrals from just amateur radio people that trust us to put it in, and I'll get someone in off the street. Hey, so-and-so sent me here. Can you put this radio in? Sure. And they trust us to do it.
Or recommended, right, by other
Yeah.
people.
Get
That
a lot of
always says a lot.
recommendations.
Yeah,
Word of mouth is extremely important.
that's true. Jerald,
The-
anything you like to add?
When there's a problem, we have people here that will answer the phone immediately, answer your questions. We can't get it resolved over the phone. We'll send somebody out. Most of the time that day or the next day, we take pride of being there first, not putting you, we'll be there in 3 weeks. It doesn't work when you have
Be surprised how much that happens with other companies.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for spending some time and just sharing your knowledge with us about installations. I really appreciate it. I'm sure the customers will too.
I
Thank you
hope
guys
so.
so much.
Thank you.